wow. Okay. It's been a minute. Guys, it's been a minute. It's hard to like come back and make a video when you haven't made one in a few months. So let me first say thanks for stopping in. Welcome back. Yeah. No beard. This is it. This is me without a beard. You know, one of the last videos, it was the hat, elephant in the room, now beard. Anyway. So guys, I want to go through my new rack. I guess technically this is rack 3.0. I guess that's sort of how I figured this is. I had my single mantis, then I had my double mantis, and then I got rid of all that. If you missed that video, somewhere there'll be a link. I don't know where. And then I've reacquired. I sold a lot of this stuff, but then got a lot of it back. So let me give you a quick update on me, and maybe I'll have chapters so you can skip ahead if you just want to get into the case. But if you're curious about what has gone on with me for the last few months, stick around. Hi, I just wanted to take a sec to ask you to please like and subscribe, especially the subscribe, because I am within spitting distance of hitting 1,000 subscribers as of recording this video. Would love if you could help me out. It's a free way for you to help me out, and I would really appreciate it. So thank you so much. My last video, I think it was clear that I was going through maybe a difficult time. I can say that 2024 has been hands down the hardest year of my life. It's been a difficult year, but I really believe I'm on the upswing. There's been a few silver linings. The other thing that happened this year is that I started performing live. So that I've done 3 performances now. Hey there, Editor Domi here. Before I get into the live performances, I just said 3 performances, but I actually played my first performance was with a very nice man by the name of Jim Witten. I did a very small modular setup and soundscape ambient piece for his art gallery opening in Hartford. So that was my actually first live performance, but that was over a year ago. And then with these 3 performances here, they would not have been possible without a very kind gentleman by the name of Dave Freeberg. He also hooked me up with his friend James Burke, who is doing the booking at 33. And he also hooked me up with the person who runs the planetarium, Jason Diebel. Thank you to Dave, to James, to Jason, to Jim. It's a crazy small world how this all kind of came together. I was selling some of my modular, as you know, and Dave was local and bought a couple of my modules, and it just became an instant friendship. Dave was actually kind enough to share his first modular set with me, which was incredibly generous, and I'm very grateful. So thank you, Dave, for that. James, Jason, and David are all very talented musicians, and their projects are, you know, diverse and really, really great. So thank you to them. Also, Jim, a prolific artist. So, you know, I'm just very fortunate that some very cool people have been kind to me. So thank you guys. One other shout out I want to give is to Matthew Wright Music. he invited me to participate in his What is Your First Synth series on his channel. It was really fun to make, and I was really happy to participate. And there's some really cool other creators that have participated, so very cool. So go check that out, and thank you, Matt. All right, back to the video. And then I have another performance coming up next month, and I'm definitely like getting out there in my little area, my little part of the world here. So I don't know what that means. I don't know. I never started any of this with the intention of playing live. This was always meant to be just something I did on my own as a hobby. And so now I'm playing live, and it's awesome. I've had so much fun, and I kind of feel silly for putting it off as long as I have. I started playing live. I've done 2 modular sets. One of those modular sets was a hybrid with the analog rhythm. And then I did 1 modular only performance at a planetarium, which was really cool. And then I did 1 analog rhythm only set that was just pure kind of like house and techno, and that was also a lot of fun. Because I started playing live, I had my 60 HP Moog case. I had the Mantis case still. I decided I was going to keep 1 Mantis. But I didn't have a case for the Mantis. I didn't... well, I love that it was plastic, especially at the connection points for the power. I ended up, I don't know if you would call it upgrading, but I ended up upgrading my cases to the Intellijel Palette cases. These cases are more robust for taking out of the house, taking out of a studio setting here. This one has a lid so I can keep this patched. I've sort of modified my approach to modular so that I can, you know, have fun at home, but then I can also bring this out of the house. And that's becoming more and more important as I go through this journey in modular. So yeah, let's just get into the case and let's talk about what's going on here. So like right now this is patched, but I'm gonna actually cut right now, and I'm gonna take all these wires out so we can kind of look at what is happening here. Here we are. This is rack 3.0, and we have 2 Intellijel cases here. This is the 7U, this is the 4U. Keeping some of the principles of my older setup, I do try to have my sequencer stuff kind of closer to me, and have sort of the arm's length stuff kind of further away. But with this setup, I had to kind of get creative with some of my layouts, and I also kind of, you know, as you're moving things around modular grid, some things just don't fit that well together. So, you know, this is, you know, kind of the best I could do. Editor Fotaro here. One of the things I wanted to point out with the 2 case setup is I wanted the 7U case to be standalone. So that's why I have Variegate in there instead of Metropolix, just to save space, and that was my smaller sequencer. I may take Starlab out of there. To some degree, the 4U case is a bit of an overflow case, but I'm still kind of working this all out. But anyway, just wanted to clarify that. Thanks, bye. Probably the biggest thing with these cases is that I'm using a lot of 4 HP modules sideways. So I have my MIDI interface up here. I have Oct. I have this patch bay, which we're going to get into. I have the GX expander for Metropolix. And I have the Instruo Logic module, and then I also have this mixer back here, Dope for mixer. I use the Dope for mixer mostly to connect the Moog into the system, so that way I have a single entry point for the Moog into this point. If I need to, have a way to get all three of them in without going into the mixer section up here. So yeah, I sold a lot of this stuff from the old case. There are some things that I reacquired, is really what it boils down to. Metropolis was one of them. I love this sequencer, and actually, not having it really solidified that. So I really love that. I ended up reacquiring Maths for obvious reasons. I reacquired the Earthquaker Devices Wave Transformer because I love that oscillator. When you get into the complex region down here of the transform knob, this oscillator is really, it sounds cool, has a lot of tonal options, but it's also really good for modulation. Once you get that complex into that complex section, you can use that as your source for sample and hold. It's really good. Then we have Data Bender and Surface. These were some favorites of mine. Had to get those back. And I think those are all the ones that I reacquired. So for oscillators, my main oscillators right now are Castor and Pollux, which I was able to keep. Wave Transformer. I also have Chainsaw down here. I also have Beads up here, which has those oscillator algorithms from Platts in it. Then, let's see, I have Mega Milton. So like I said earlier, I did a hybrid show with the analog rhythm, and this actually has a line to Eurorack input. So I was able to take my analog rhythm, plug it into this, and then run it through the system, which is great. So now we have some new modules. First up is the Gamut Repetitor from Noise Engineering. Then I got a couple 1U modules back here. I got Milky Way from Endorphins, which has quickly become one of my favorite reverbs. Giving Starlab a run for its money, especially when you think of the HP here. It's like, whoa, dude. This eats up a lot of space. Then I got a After Later Audio Flip, which is a new module for me, but it replaces branches, the Bernoulli gate for mutable instruments. So I got that, and then this is Lane, an English module maker. It's called Vol. And this is a level booster, because every so often when I use Surface, I feel like it's kind of quiet, especially when you use the guitar plucky sound on it. So I actually got that. I got Vol for Surface because I can take stereo and put it up there and boost each side left and right. So then what makes this case work for a portable case is this patch bay right here. You might notice these big cables here. These are Cat 8 cables. You might have heard of like Cat 5 Ethernet cables. Well, these are two Cat 8 cables. And this is a Doepfer multi-core patch bay. And I don't see a lot of content on these, and I'm not sure why. Because this is the missing link. If you have more than one case, these are crucial, because the thing I always sort of worried about playing live was like, okay, I have two cases. Do I have to keep everything connected? Like, I have to remember all those patch points. But this, you patch everything into here. There's, there's a point here and a point here. I'm sure if you're familiar with how a patch bay works. So right now I have Metropolis clocked to Pam's, and so I'm running this through the patch bay, and then it's coming up through here. And so when I want to take this on the road, I just unplug these Ethernet cables. And then that's it. I mean, it's like totally clear. And then you have the power. But I don't see a lot. Oh, and the other thing that's great about these is that they're passive. They don't require any power at all. There are a few other. Intellijel makes one called the Octalink, which is a 1U module. And then ADAC makes one that connects via a ribbon cable, which looked good as well and is expandable. But I may dig into this a little more and make its own video, because I don't see a lot of content on these. And they're super helpful when you're in a 2K setup. I just can't imagine why I don't know why these aren't more talked about and why they're not more used. If you know why these multi-cores aren't, maybe they're just not that sexy of a module, but they're super helpful. So yeah, and then the other is this steady state fate low pass gate. I love this. It sounds great with any oscillator I throw through it. Sounds amazing. So yeah, like right now, let's just, see, let's throw some stuff together here. I'm actually going to hit run. And I'm going to take this and I'm going to put this into the repetitor. If you're unfamiliar with how this thing works, this is basically an automatic melody generator. You give it a signal and then it randomly creates triggers and pitch CV, and you can change the amount of spread. Let's just hear this so we really know what we're talking about here. So let's take... So we're going to take that oscillator, and I'm actually going to use the low pass gate too. This comes with. Actually, we're going to take this trigger output. We're going to put this into the excite on that. Let's. Oh, sorry for. Excuse my reach. All right. So you can adjust the root note. This will make it go up or down in pitch. This is the amount of the length of the pattern. And then this introduces different notes. I love this. Sounds so good. So let's take, let's actually bring that root note up. now what I'm going to do is I'll take Metropolis here, and I'm actually going to change that root note with the pitch out on Metropolis. And actually, let's use the patch bay. So right now I'm turning the accumulator off on this just because I think it's taking the octave out of range. Definitely some Enya vibes there. Nice. Fun. So yeah, as you can see, I have the GX expander here, and that is connected via here. And I have these random triggers. The other thing with this Intellijel case is it has 3 buffered mults and then 2 summing bays, which is awesome. So this has been good. One of the things I heard about the patch bay is that if you're going to run, let me turn that down a little bit. If you're going to run audio through it, so I guess maybe like the output of Taiso Daiko, you would want to run that through a summing mixer of some sort, or the buffered mult, just to give it the signal a little more push through the patch bay. But I've run it a bunch of different ways, and honestly, I haven't noticed it creating any issues. So, yeah. So, yeah, this is cool. Wait, what? Let's check out something here. Let's see here. Let's check this out. Let's see if this does anything. That's corny. There we go. That's a little better. And then, of course, we could do that. Take the drums, throw it into... Let's actually give this a clock first. No. There we go. Nice. Fun. Modular's fun, guys. This is fun. All right. So, hope you enjoyed looking at the new case 3.0. I really enjoyed getting to put it back together and putting, reacquiring some stuff. Yeah, looking forward to getting some more videos together. I have a bunch of ideas. This summer has been so busy with my kid and my wife and just work, and there's a lot of things happening that just making videos a little difficult. Thank you for everyone who, after my last update video, was so nice, very kind to me. I really appreciate it. So thank you for that. And I really, appreciate all of you that you give me a little bit of your time. So thank you. Thank you so much for all the support. We're very close to 1,000 subscribers, so if you could please hit that subscribe button, also like this video. It's a free thing that you can do that helps me kind of grow this a little bit more. Hit that 1,000 mark, which would be great. But anyway, yeah, we'll see you in the next video. There will be a next video. I promise. There will be. Anyway. Yeah.